Yeah, yeah, cut that. So hello everyone, we're here at the SEIU headquarters where we're staging all of our canvassing, where we've knocked on, I believe, over 28,000 doors over the past few weeks. And here's Shannon, she's just putting her numbers up on the board. You hit 78 doors today. Hey, can you come with me? We'll take a walk outside, okay? You wanna come with me? Okay. So, hey guys, I'll be right back, okay? Bye, big wave. So people are just getting in from a day of canvassing. Yesterday, see this sign that we have here. SEIU was doing some work with Action Together, which is a local progressive group. Today I had some of the PA nurses that were here, and I set them up on some turf, and we're in the lobby right now of the IBEW building. And come outside with me, Shannon. I want to talk with you a little bit because you've never done canvassing before, right?
No.
So this is all new for you. Yes, okay. I'm so glad you're with us doing this work this year, and I know that this is something completely different for you, right?
Yes.
Let's go across the street and sit on the wall.
Sure.
Okay? So let's not get hit by a car, though. That would not be a good thing. So looks like we can scoot across right now.
Yes.
So, Shannon, where do you work?
I work in one of the elementary schools in the Scranton School District.
In the Scranton School District.
I work in the cafeteria for Aramark.
Okay, let's turn this way because of the sun. I just want to be sure we can see you clearly. Although the wall's kind of a little wet, so.
Yes.
All right. So, so you work in the cafeteria there.
Yes.
How long have you worked for there?
About
that place?
10 years.
About 10 years,
Yes.
right? And you more recently became a member of SEIU, right?
Yes. It'll be almost 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago, okay. And I know that you're involved with negotiations and things like that.
Yes.
I know that's all new for you as well. Yes, it is. So tell me a little bit about canvassing. I know that when people canvass for the first time, like even before doing it, like what brought you to the idea that you're going to go ahead and do this? I mean, that was a big step for you.
Yes. I was not politically active at all.
Okay.
I was a little active in the union. I got a little bit more active being a steward and helping to move everything along with the workplace. And I'm involved.
Oh my goodness, we should put this on pause for a little bit. So you can tell we're right downtown in Scranton, and it's getting close to the end of the day, 5 o'clock. So some emergency vehicles going by. So yeah, so you haven't been, I mean, this was all new. Yes. So what was the thing that made you decide, I'm going to go out and I'm going to be crazy and knock on doors, right?
It was actually my union president, local president, and one of another union members that said I'd be good at it, I guess.
Okay.
And I was scared. I was nervous. You know, I really didn't know a lot politically, so I said I would try it. I would do it.
Okay. So a lot of people, when they knock on doors for the first time, they come with some misconceptions, like they think, oh my gosh, people are going to yell and scream at me at the door, or what do I do if there's like barking dogs, or like any of those things.
Right.
What was the thing that surprised you most about the work that you're doing?
Why we're doing it and what we're doing it for.
Okay.
And a lot of reactions that people have are positive reactions that we're out doing this.
So you feel like
I get thanked sometimes for knocking on their door.
That's awesome. So you feel that people are really connecting with what you're doing at the door?
Yes.
Yes. And so how do you feel that they're connecting with you? Like, what is it that you're saying, or how is it that, why are they thanking you? What are they thanking you for?
Certain things that they might not be aware of that you brought to my attention that I bring to their attention. One was unions. For instance, I had a gentleman today who said he wasn't aware that Wolf supported unions as strongly as he did. And he is in a union himself, this gentleman. And I said, yes, that's why we're out here with our union doing this, to get the word out. And he's, was thank you, signed my card, and on my way I went. And he was a Republican.
Right. And we were talking about that. We had a little break. Sometimes the group gets together over lunch.
Yes.
We come together. We've developed like a little family with our team of about 10 to 12 people. And we were talking about how many Republicans and how many Trump supporters are actually voting for Wolf, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's that was surprising to all of us, right?
Yes.
That you could really have that, and same with Congressman Cartwright as well. So that's really interesting. So if you were going to talk to someone that has never done this work before, like maybe some of your coworkers or other people, because they're wondering like, what's Shannon doing, right? You're politically active. You told them all.
I told them all.
Well, good for you. Good for you. So what kind of advice would you offer to them about doing this kind of work and advocating for your union, advocating for our democracy, advocating for our governor? Like what kind of advice would you give them about it?
Yeah, you have to be willing to talk to people. You have to want to talk to people. And your concerns and issues that you hold strongly in your heart and that are important to you are also important in different ways or similar ways to pretty much everybody else in the area.
So we're really connecting with our own stories.
Yes.
And that's really what it comes down to. And I find that to be just incredibly powerful. Like when we're doing our debrief at the end of the day, someone will share something and our jaws drop, right?
Yes.
Like we'll hear a personal story from someone about how they're deeply connecting with the work that we're doing or with the union or with, whatever the issue happens to be of that day, because we're in a crazy world right now.
Yes.
And isn't it surprising how that just comes up?
Yes. I actually enjoy it. I enjoy it very much so, hearing any issue that anybody has and trying to address that and see where or how it can be fixed or who can fix it or who else has the same concerns and worries that I do.
So are you surprised that you're like this political now?
Yes, very much so. I think my husband yells at me on a weekly basis that says, I'm going to be timed anymore how much I can talk about work and stuff. But.
Right. And we talked about remembering the idea that we have to be able to turn it off.
Yes.
We need to, find that balance because we're in it for the long haul.
Yes.
And so we have to take care of ourselves and those kind of things. We still want to have friends.
Yes.
That's important.
Don't talk to Shannon. She only talks about politics.
So how many kids do you have?
I have two.
And they're active in sports, right?
Very active, yes. I was a very active sports mom. Yes.
Right, and working in the school district, you know a lot of people because of that.
Yes.
Yeah, and so you know people through work. Your family has been in the Scranton area for like ever.
Yes.
And it's not just you; it's your husband's family too, or is it what?
My husband grew up locally in Music.
Oh, in Music, so he's local
he
as well.
Went to Riverside, and his whole family is from that area.
Right.
So yeah, we all have kids. I have extended family in the district, and.
So I have another question. Since you've lived here this long, I know the first time I went canvassing, I was really surprised about what I saw. What surprised you the most about what you saw when you actually went into a neighborhood? Like you're familiar with these neighborhoods around here.
Yes.
But was there something like when you went into a neighborhood and it kind of made you rethink like, oh, that's not really the way I thought of it? Or was there something that maybe you're thinking of now that it kind of opened your eyes and you saw it in a different way?
Not seeing the neighborhoods in a different way because I live in the neighborhood where I grew up.
So yeah.
So the neighborhoods have changed.
Right.
They have changed. I've been seeing that since I've had my children.
Right.
But no, nothing really jumps out at me.
Okay, that's good. I was curious about that because I know, like when I went into a town that I haven't been to before, I had this kind of impression of what that Pennsylvania town might be.
Right.
But then I'm in the side streets and I see a whole different picture, that's different from Main Street.
Right.
But you've lived here.
I live in West Scranton, so I have family and friends that live all over Scranton area, west, south, east. I have family that lives in Taylor, which is a small borough outside of Scranton,
right.
and Old Forge, and Music.
And we did work in all those places.
Yes. And Jessup. So either end.
So do you feel, I get the impression at least, I feel that that's a strength of yours when you're knocking on these doors.
When I'm knocking on doors in the area, yes. I loved canvassing the area that I grew up in and my area that I live in now. That was the easiest. People were more likely willing to talk to me, to actually come out and say what they were concerned about or what their issue was, because I said, I work in the school right over here. I'm your neighbor. I live 3 blocks away, So they were very, easy to talk to.
Wonderful.
Easy
That's wonderful.
to do it.
So I get the feeling from you that you're finding this work very rewarding.
Yes, I enjoy it. It's very nice, except for the rain.
Right, we've had
I don't
downpours,
enjoy those
floods,
downpouring days. And I really like door-to-door canvassing better than the phone banking.
Right, because we did a little bit of that on some
I did a little bit of that.
days.
I can get a better connection with the person when I
you're
see
face
them
to face.
face to face.
Right.
And I could kind of read how they feel about the question before, or as I'm asking it, I could kind of know how they're going to answer it. So I much prefer the door-to-door. I really like that.
So what would you like in a final way to tell your coworkers and your fellow union members? What message would you like to get out to them about this election, or about the work that you're doing, or about this governor, or whatever it is? What would you like to say to them?
Pay attention.
Ah.
Think about what's important to you and your family and your concerns. Find the person politically that addresses those issues.
Okay.
And get out there and do something about it.
Shannon, it's been a pleasure. I'm so glad you agreed to do this.
You.
So thank you so much. We should probably get inside. They're already probably starting the debrief without us.
Yes.
We want to hear what went on. So.
Okay.
All right, sounds good?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.